Hey, this is Sam Baseman from Twitter. I'm just recording this quick little video for T Geology, who's one of my Twitter followers, and she just got an iPhone, Verizon iPhone, so she got a newer one than this. This is the 3GS white, but she was having some trouble with just kind of getting used to how this expects you to think, because she's not a Mac user. So anyway, I thought I'd just put something together really quick and just kind of talk you through it. Now, you can kind of see this is my homepage. I've pretty much customized it. If you're new to the iPhone, all this stuff you can change. Basically, you hold down an app and it all starts to jiggle, and you can move stuff around, from page to page. This is kind of hard to do while I'm watching, but you can switch things. And then when you're done, you just hit the home button. So you can customize it a little bit. One of the things she was talking about was she was having the phone buzz quite often, and I had an idea that possibly it's her mail settings. So you go into settings. You probably can't see any of this. It looks all blown out. But anyway, you go into settings, and then you would select sounds. And if you want it to be totally silent with no vibration when you have the mute button on the side, and that's in basically the same place on the iPhone 4, you can just select off, and then it doesn't do anything. Now, if you're in a crowded theater and you're trying to adjust your volume, don't adjust it here, because no matter what your phone setting is, it will ring and make noise when you're adjusting your sounds. So just a heads up. As a musician, when you're in the pit in an orchestra, the last thing you want to do is set your sounds while you're in the pit, because you can't stop it from making noise. So those of us who make a living by being quiet at the right times kind of know how to keep this thing very silent. So that buzzing thing, probably you're going to go back to your settings page and you're going to go to notifications, and my guess would be that something in there on one of the apps you have is set to give you an announcement every time something changes to it. You can also go to mail, the mail setting, mail contacts, calendars, and you can check and see the settings there. Anyway, if you just go through there, you might find something. There's all kinds of little hidden things for invitations that'll send you alerts and noises, so you want to double check that. Let's see, what else? Camera feature. She had a question about the camera feature. So basically, on my phone, I've docked the I've put my camera app in the dock. So you just touch the camera app. Mine takes a little while to load normally because I have way too many pictures in it. Being a photographer takes its toll on your memory. But anyway, you can, you take the picture. Ooh, this is so meta right here. But if you'll notice, right here there's a little icon of a camera. That's actually the shutter for the iPhone. So when you hit that, it takes the picture. And it takes a little second for mine, because the processing, again, takes a little while because I have so much stuff in there. But then it drops down into that little window. And if you want to review it, you touch the window. I also have another trick for you for your from the photographer side of things. You can touch the screen to focus, and that focus also adjusts your white balance if you don't know that. So notice some of the colors have changed. This is kind of hard. I'm using an old Apple iSight, so the quality is not great, but you can kind of see how you can adjust. I'm going to the dark part of my hand here, and it's doing its best to lighten up. Notice my face blows out. So sometimes if you just touch in the right place, you can get a really decent shot. You can mimic HDR. It's much better in the iPhone 4. It actually has a way of doing that, but for the 3GS people, that's how you do it. Anyway, so then the next step was she wanted to review and see how she could export it. And I know she figured this out, but I'm hoping maybe someone else will find this useful. When you're viewing pictures, you can go back and forth and see what you have. Took some interesting pictures today. Anyway, so you tap on it, gives you a selection, and in the bottom corner there's a little rectangle with an arrow that gives you all the options that you can use to export that photo. Now that's just from the camera app. That doesn't mean you're limited to just these options. Any of the photo apps, anything that accesses your camera library has many other ways of doing it. Twitter apps, what else? I mean, there's plenty of photo apps. I've got, I don't know, 10 other photo apps on here, all for different things. Instagram, you know, auto stitch. There's a few. I mean, even the free Photoshop app is actually pretty good. But they all have different ways of exporting. Oh, Best Camera app. That's a great one. You can integrate everything, go from one place, send it everywhere. Great app. But anyway, there's different ways to do it. But for the basic camera app on Apple, if you haven't bought any other apps, you can still get a lot done there. Anyway, okay, so that's my little tutorial. I hope it helps Teejology a little bit, and hope it helped anybody else. If you're, if you're new to the iPhone, you've just come over from Verizon, or to Verizon, and you just don't know what to do with it, here's a little quickie for you. Hopefully it helps. Hey, if you have questions or comments, I'd love to hear it at Twitter. My handle is SamBassman, SAMBASSMAN, at SamBassman on Twitter. Okay, have a good one.